Dana Abercrombie, The Coalition. This was fantastic from what I was able to see with your character. I love the psychology that you bring forth, and it was beautiful. So, one of the things that
Thank
interested me
you.
the most was there was a kind of a conversation between Lauren and Leanne, and she was explaining that you turn your pain into power.
Hang on, I lost you. I
Oh,
lost you.
okay,
Hold on.
okay,
Okay, here we go. Got you
okay.
back.
So I
The
was
ear
saying,
pod fell out.
okay, so there's a conversation that you have between Lauren and Leanne, and
Okay.
it's basically about turning the pain into power. And I
Hmm.
was wondering, there is a breakdown that happens during a live interview, and with that, does Lauren reassess you reassessed what everything that you've gone through and change how turning the pain into power may be different for you? If
Does
that made any
Dorothy,
sense.
so does the
So
character
sorry,
Dorothy,
Dorothy,
as
I saw
she's,
your name.
yes, it's okay, no problem. So does Dorothy kind of like
Reassess
do that
everything.
herself? I think that deep down, Dorothy, well, Dorothy's been through a lot.
Mhm.
She's been through a lot that she realizes, and she's been through a lot that she doesn't quite realize. And yeah, I think I agree. I found that scene to be moving, that she's, instructing this young woman to turn her pain into power and to work through it. And then Leanne, the character Leanne, really does that. She really is able to transform, and she starts coming into her own powers, I think, with the help of this mentor figure. Yeah, I know, that's interesting. I don't know. I mean, maybe deep down she is talking about herself.
What's really interesting is that Dorothy has the ability to quickly pick the walls back up, put up that facade. We do see
Mm.
elements where she does break down, but as the season progresses, I was wondering, will those walls come down permanently, and she's just left with self-reflection?
Well, I will say it continues to fray. They definitely have. She's built her current reality on a lie and on not facing the truth of this huge trauma of her life. And
Mhm.
anytime we do that, anytime we all in this world like deny what's really going on and deny grief, it's not going to go well. Like, so I feel like these people definitely need to face that grief before they can have any kind of health.
Right. Do you
Yeah.
feel that the other people, may be contributing to Dorothy's mental downfall as opposed to just not telling the truth and speaking?
Yeah, I do. Right? She's being gaslighted and lied to and kept in this web of untruths, and it's not fair. Although I think everyone is acting. I don't think anyone's acting with ill will. I think they're all
Right.
just doing what they feel like is best, and it's a deeply flawed idea,
Wonder
to
right.
not have to, because they don't want to have to face it either.
If you, as Lauren, could give any kind of conversation, a word of advice to Dorothy, what would you say to her?
My God, uh, get some therapy, get get real, face. You don't have to be perfect.
There's a level of paranoia throughout this season, but there's also a moment of where you try to bring lightness to it. How do you balance that as an actor and also for the character Dorothy?
That's one of the great fun things of this. Excuse me. One of the fun things of this job is to get to play those funny moments. There's all this grief and sorrow and trauma and horror, but then the opposite side of that, the shadow side of that, is comedy. And so I'm always looking for a way to make it funny and looking for those lighter moments. And there's some pretty funny people in the cast, and so that becomes a really a good part of this particular show and this job.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for speaking to me.
Sure.